You wake up in the morning and peek through your window. You stare straight into Doodh Pokhari, crystal clear, untouched. You look up and you see some of the world's highest mountains towering over you. Gokyo. It felt like a dream. The silence, the serenity, it was pure, almost utopian. I don't think we had ever seen anything so heavenly before. It had been 13 days since we left home, and we had gained more than 1,000 meters in altitude since we took a day off. Gokyo was the perfect place for our next acclimatization day. But as you know by now, rest days aren't technically rest days here.
We're at Gokyo right now, and our plan was to go to Gokyo Ri, but we woke up late. We're tired after yesterday's Rangeola adventure. So instead, we're going to the Gokyo 4th lake, and right in front of us, a massive mountain. That's Choyu, our first 8,000er in this trip. Hopefully, if weather is good, when we climb up to Gokyo Ri tomorrow, we can see more 8,000ers, including Everest and Makalu and other peaks. Let's go to the 4th lake for now.
For the first time in what felt like forever, we were not in a hurry. We could afford to relax. And Dai could too. In fact, Choyu was the first 8,000er that he had climbed. And he was excited to share his story with us.
Maybe 2005, very typical, some people's.
You climbed from Nepal side?
No, that side, from Tibet side. Yeah, Tibet side, but this is very easy, Tibet side, yeah.
Is it easier than Rangeola?
Yeah. Young James. Lot of the young James and a lot of power, lot of oxygens. Now, little bit older, not so many power. And then there are also the Choyu base camp, Nepal side.
Okay.
There are this and the ridge behind, and then there are the many technicals, and then no summit. And every year spring season coming, there one camp, no success.
The 5th lake is right there to my left near Choyu base camp, and we won't be going there today because we have a big day coming up day after tomorrow. We'll be crossing the glacier. So this was our acclimatization hike today to Gokyo Lake number 4. Maybe we'll take a little bit of rest today. Tomorrow our plan is to climb Gokyo Ri, and day after tomorrow we'll be crossing the glacier.
For the first time on that journey, we didn't have a backpack to carry. That made the climb to Gokyo Ri top so much easier and so much more enjoyable. We reached the top in no time, and at the summit, we paid our respects to the mountain for allowing us to climb it. And then we looked up. Oh my God! From the top of Gokyo Ri! Woohoo! This is at an altitude of 5350 meters. And I cannot tell you what we are getting to see from here. Anywhere from here I look, in any direction, I have one or two great mountains to see. So the 360-degree view from here is simply superb. Right behind me is the mighty Everest, and there are a lot of other mountains like Lhotse, Nuptse, Makalu. That side is Choyu, and that's Ngozumba. From there the Ngozumba Glacier comes out, which we will be crossing tomorrow while we go to Thagnak.
It's a little bit cloudy. We'll wait for the clouds to go and then we'll go back down. let's go back down.
Okay. Bistari.
Bistare.
बाटो पनि हेर्नु होइन अनि त्यहाँबाट सुइङ दुईजना ब्याग बोकेर आफूले
2 days of rest in a warm kitchen room in Gokyo, and all the luxury we could ask for in this remote place. Gokyo had been a refresher. The Renjola fiasco had been a distant memory now. In fact, we had discovered another cheat code for long, tough hikes, a plate full of Nepali dal bhat in the morning, and we had made it a staple in our diet.
Chop. Okay, today we're going to the Thagnak.
By the glacier?
Yes, today, yeah. Slowly. Okay.
Bistare.
Okay, bye-bye.
As we set out for Thagnak, we looked around for our loyal friend Brownie. But we didn't see her anywhere. Hoping she would be nearby and join us later, as she had done multiple times before, we slowly climbed a small ridge behind our stay in Gokyo to reach the top of the Ngozumba Glacier. As I stood up there, I just pushed a few rocks down the slope, and they just seemed to take forever to reach the bottom. I immediately understood the assignment. Imagine this, you are standing at the edge of a drop, at least the height of a 2 to 3 story building, and below you, loose gravel and rock. And all you have are 2 walking sticks and a heavy backpack to descend down. We scrambled down, and as we reached the bottom of the glacier, I just looked up, only to see another equally high wall of rubble standing there ready to be climbed. And we had to do this again and again until we finally crossed the glacier. And you can't just climb up any way you like, that could be dangerous. At one point, we had gotten lost at one of these. So these are very loose piles of stones and rubble. We are actually trying to find a way up, and haven't been successful so far. Maybe the eye has found a way there. Let's try that way. Okay, yeah, yes, yeah. Oh yes. Finally. Okay. It's my turn now. Let's go.
The Ngozumba Glacier, the longest in the Himalayas, flows between the settlements of Gokyo and Thagnak. Unlike hiking on solid ground, glacier traversal demands a completely different skill set, one that goes beyond physical endurance. With no fixed trail to follow, navigating through it becomes a test of experience, precision, and instinct. This dynamic state of the glacier makes traversal a constantly shifting puzzle. A maze with no clear exits. Adding to the challenge are hidden glacial waterholes, deep, deceptive, and difficult to spot.
Some of the big rock go down, working and go through the waters. You can see that. Black ice, 100 years ago, maybe 200, maybe this.
200 years old?
Yeah, you can see that.
Okay.
This is black one ice, 1 meter, stand on a rock. Right. Some people in the no guide, no water, no can see the way, and they're walking. Yeah.
Hello, sir. How's the experience walking on the glacier?
We climbed the final wall of rubble, and I turned back for one last look at the glacier in frustration. I had expected an easy hike to Thagnak, hoping to save energy for Chola the next day. It was tough, exhausting, and far more challenging than I had imagined. At the top of the glacier, we paused for a bit, taking in the views, still reminiscing about the beauty of Gokyo, still missing Brownie, still hoping she would show up. But there was little time to dwell. We had to push on to Thagnak.
Thagnak!
And tomorrow was the big day. We were to cross Chola, the second of the 3 high passes on our way to the Everest base camp, and quite likely to be the most outstanding part of the entire journey. We couldn't wait. Tomorrow was going to be epic.
When we were initially doing our research for this trip, Chola Pass had captivated us the most because it was perhaps the only place on the whole trail where you come closest to the actual feeling of climbing a mountain, proper mountain. After spending 3 days close to 5,000 meters, we were properly acclimatized and fresh. We were in high spirits and were absolutely looking forward to what could possibly be the highlight of our journey. But there was one problem. Brownie still wasn't there. I guess that morning we made peace with the fact that she was not going to come back anymore. We had to, as we couldn't wait any longer, because we had to leave Thagnak. We were looking at the same problems, facing the same challenges as we were while crossing Renjola, excluding the AMS part, of course. But this time the stakes felt a little bit higher, because Chola is where the horizontal world ended and the vertical began.
Okay, good morning from Thagnak. Well, a little ahead of Thagnak, we have already started our climb to Chola Pass. It's a beautiful day today, but the weather prediction is not good. It might start to get cloudy at around 11 or 12. We have to cross Chola Pass before it gets windy and snowy. Let's hope this good weather persists till we cross it. And yeah, so we have to use our crampons today. There'll be ice crossings. So yeah, let's see. It might be a tough day, but it'll be a good day as well.
As you approach Chola Pass, the last traces of vegetation start to disappear. The familiar greens and blues of everyday life fade into a stark monochrome, dominated by white. The landscape grows barren, the mountains more raw, rugged, and immense. Harsh nature takes over, constantly reminding you that life isn't meant to flourish here.
Shangri-La East, Shangri-La West, Kangjung East, Kangjung West, and that's Chola Pass.
Isolation is an inevitable companion in these circumstances. Days can pass without encountering another soul. Villages are few and far between, and the comforts of modern life are absent. this isolation isn't just physical, it's psychological. Trekkers have no choice but to embrace the solitude and find strength in the vast, unforgiving beauty that surrounds them. And with each step, this sense of isolation only deepens.
We came to the Everest region in the month of August, and it's as far from the peak season as it could get. That day was our 17th day on this trail, and after Namche, we had barely seen any hikers. And since Thame, we have literally been the only people on the trail. The sense of isolation, which was now a part of us on this journey, was only getting worse as we approached Chola. We looked back as we saw the colors start to fade behind us and began our final push to the top of Chola.
So we are almost at Chola top. Weather has deteriorated, but not extremely. There are no winds, so still it's okay if we climb now. We're on our last leg to cross Chola top, and this has been a hell of a ride. So yeah, this experience, I guess, will stay with us for a lifetime. We'll meet you at the Chola top. Bye bye. Can you see the flags in the background? That's the Chola top. And we made it in time. Still cloudy though, but we made it in time. Woohoo!
It was the best lunch we have had in a while, and the highest too. The whiteout at Chola top felt like a tabula rasa to us. All our previous hues wiped off. We stood there as a clean slate. There were clouds all around. It was literally hailing, and there were no views. But it didn't matter. We were loving every bit of it. We kept clicking pictures, and we didn't want to leave because we were where we wanted to be. It was important for us to sit down, take a moment, and spend time with ourselves. For us, this was more than just a climb. It was a portal to a whole another world, a world we didn't want to leave. But all good things have to come to an end. Tackling the Chola Glacier was the next big thing on the agenda, awaiting us on the other side of the pass on our way down to Dzongla.
Okay, crampon point.
Chola Glacier is a world apart from Ngozumba Glacier. Far shorter but icy, slippery, cold and hostile, it often requires crampons for a safe traverse. But the real danger lies beneath, from the crevasses that cut across the glacier.
A big crevasse.
In Everest, you'll get to see 10 times deeper crevasses than this. Oh, because I have been to Everest, you know.
Yeah. Came back just yesterday. Chola done. We took off our crampons and started descending from Chola, thinking all the day's adventures were over, but apparently not. As I approached Dzongla, I saw Sana standing there looking confused, looking towards the ground, and I walked over towards her and I just saw it, a big footprint. The footprint was bigger than our shoes.
शेप देख लो यार भालू रहे थे पारे मुझे बाबूजी से अनु था
कौन
मु सीरियसली पचारची
Later in Dzongla, I asked around. No one had ever seen a bear at this altitude. This was too big for a snow leopard. So, whose was it? And just like that, with zero scientific research and rather begrudgingly, we add our own little chapter to the Yeti folklore. You're welcome. We are at a place called Dzongla. It comes after crossing Chola Pass. From Dzongla, we'll be moving towards Lobuche. It's a 4 hours walk, so today is a bit light. Actually, while climbing up to Kongmala, we have to cross the Khumbu Glacier. And Khumbu is a very, very fast moving glacier. So, any path you take to cross the glacier today might not be there tomorrow. So, the latest update is that the path has been destroyed and Kongmala might not be possible this trip. Let's see, we're taking it day by day.
The Dzongla panorama was adorned in the backdrop by what I think was one of the most gorgeous mountains in the world, Ama Dablam. Literally meaning the mother's necklace in the local language. Its long side ridges stretched out almost like a protective embrace of a mother. After the alpine white wilderness that was Chola, our walk that day saw the world in front of us painted in the familiar green and blue hues again. Yet it felt new. As we reached Lobuche, the feeling was bittersweet. In a few days, all this would be over. But we weren't done just yet. Right then, we were standing at the cusp of Everest Base Camp and the third and final pass on the trail, the Kongmala.